guys hear me, uh, just out here getting my walk on in my neighborhood. So, if you guys don't mind, if you're listening to this and not looking at the camera, that is, you see me camera as I'm walking. I'm out here trying to get my walk on. I'm multitasking, y'all, multitasking. So, um, just kind of wait. Hopefully, you guys have having a good morning. I am out here getting my walk on. I'm going to do this movie review. I don't have a lot of time today. It's a very busy day for me today, so I just thought I'd walk, exercise, do a movie review. Anyway, I'm the infamous Kiki. Welcome to my channel. Good morning. What do? I watch TV shows. I do movie reviews, TV reviews. I'm going to do Andor, the Serpent Queen review. I don't know if I'm going to watch it live, but I'm going to do a review. I watch Rings of Power live. I discuss 90 Day Fiancé. I watch Love After Lockup live and House of the Dragon. So check out my schedule. Hit that like, comment, whatever. You know what to do. Smash that like. You come in here, smash that like. Subscribe, comment. Helps the algorithm. Helps everybody to find my channel and find my content. It's the YouTube game out here in these YouTube streets. So, we're going to talk about the movie Bros that I went to go see on Tuesday. Bros, if you don't know, is a movie produced by Judd Apatow, who's done like The Hangover and stuff like that. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I'm not into Judd Apatow movies. I'm going to tell you that at all. All of his movies are just okay to me. I'm not into that. I'm not into comedies, to be honest with you, but I'm not into that type of humor. It's just so some people. I mean, he's doing something right because he's like a millionaire, so and his movies are popular. But for me, Judd Apatow movies are just. I'm not saying anything that his movies are crap. I'm just saying they're just not for me. Okay, he's not making movies for me. Like I said, comedies. I don't watch a lot of. I don't watch comedy sitcoms or TV shows, so it's not for me. And then Billy Eichner, he's written for, I don't know. I was going to say Rick and Morty, but no, he's written for a lot of different, and he's done voice acting, like on the live action Lion King. He's Timon, I think. I wasn't familiar with Billy Eichner, like as an actor or anything like that. Like I know he's written on certain things, but again, he's mostly a comedy writer, so that's not in my sphere of of influence. It's not my sphere of things that I watch. So, and then also he decided to write the movie and star in the movie, and he's mostly known as a writer, but I guess he wanted to be an actor. So, I don't know. But anyway, so me and my sister-in-law went to go see this movie, and let me tell you something right now. I'm a very cisgendered, straight female. So is she. We went to the movie theater. There wasn't that many people in there. And also I just say that me and my sister-in-law, we usually go to the movies once a month. Usually once a month, just depending on what show. Sometimes it's more than once a month. But we usually go about once a month. We have like our little outing, our little girls' night out thing. Anyway, if you guys just tuned in, you'll just see my neighborhood. You see me walking, so I apologize. If you wanted to see me on camera, I look crazy. So I got my hood on, I got my hat on, I'm out here walking. But at least you guys get to see like the wonderful neighborhood that I live in, because it is truly beautiful. Yeah, we're talking about Bros. And so me and my sister-in-law went to go see it because she likes comedies. We're not offended. We're not homophobic. we like gay people. We not gay, but So we go to the movie theater. There wasn't that many people there. And the people that were there was a few guys there. And then there was a lot of women there. I was surprised that there were so many women. There was like a group of 4 women, then another group behind us of 3 women, and another group of 2 women. There's a lot of women there. Some of these women looked like they were part of the community. I had to say, I'm trying to be respectful. Some of these women look like they was maybe gay or bisexual or trans or something. But I'm not trying to judge them. They may have not been. But so yeah, we were shocked there weren't that many people in the movie theater. When we went to go see Woman King and Elvis, when we went to go see Elvis, the theater was packed. Woman King, the theater was packed. We usually go on Discount Tuesday, so it's not packed like it is on the weekend. But we were so surprised at how many people weren't there. Okay. Going into this review, like I said, there's things that have come up online that the star slash writer has said online. He's went off on Twitter. I don't look at any of these things. I didn't know about these things until just yesterday. So, and I didn't read what he said. I guess, I don't know. He's mad because the movie has not done well. So if you haven't looked, the movie debuted #5. Again, I don't know how anybody could think it could debut at anything else, but we're going to get into that, y'all. So I haven't read any reviews or anything like that. I just heard things here and there just the other day. So, because I like to go into movies and TV shows without hype, without preconceived notions, without other people's reviews. I don't want anything to taint how I see media. I don't do that. I try not to read spoilers because I don't want to be spoiled either. So we saw this movie. I mean, first of all, what I thought about this movie before I saw it was like some, gay rom-com. I'm not into rom-coms. I thought maybe it was a gay indie film rom-com. And pretty much that's what it was. Now, Bros is really raunchy. I could see where Judd Apatow had his hand, because Judd Apatow does raunchy, sexualized type movies. So if you are squeamish about gay male sex, this is definitely not going to be the movie for you. There were some people behind us that was kind of squealing like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm just like, calm down. They show straight sex in movies all the time and nobody's, ready to die. Ooh, look, y'all. Anyway, I divert. If you're watching this, look, Halloween, y'all. These people really, 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 really decorated. Jesus Christ, that's scary. Oh my God. Is that you, Demogorgon? Oh my God. This is awesome. Look, poor Georgie. Poor Georgie. Rest in peace. Poor Georgie's arm ripped off. No, that was awesome. Anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. That was awesome. We're headed toward the lake, by the way. You're wondering where's Miss Kiki going? You're like, Kiki, where you going, girl? I'm going to the lake. We have a lake over here. You'll see kids walking by because it's almost time for them to take their little asses to school. But anyway, like I was saying, the movie, I went into it thinking it was just a indie film. Okay, so we went to go see it. Has a lot of raunchy gay sex in it. If you're squeamish about that, don't go see this movie. If you're squeamish about two men being together and them talking about sex, don't go see this movie. I thought the movie was funny. I really did. I thought the movie was funny. There were parts in it that made me laugh out loud. Like, seriously. My girl Tsmadison is in this movie. I made a comment on her YouTube channel. If you don't know who tsmadison, she is a trans woman of color. She's been around for a long time. She's had her own TV show. I don't know if the show is still on. It was on A&E. I don't have A&E. She is an entertainer, a singer. She's just TS. TS is just TS. She's wonderful. So she's had a long journey. As a trans woman, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's big bone, thickums trans lady. And I shouted out to her, and she actually pinned my comment on her YouTube and shouted out to me on her Instagram. So I love T.S. Madison. That's my girl. But so she's kind of in this. So it has, and then also Miss Lawrence. I love Miss Lawrence. Miss Lawrence to me stole the movie. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Miss Lawrence stole the movie for me. Miss Lawrence was great. Miss Lawrence need to be in everything. Like, I had to say, Miss Lawrence was great. Like, I'm not familiar with Miss Lawrence. She's like, they, them, her non-binary, so I respect that. But Miss Lawrence was everything in this movie for me. Even though, they're kind of like the side characters, still great. And there's some other ones too. So I appreciate them poking fun at LGBTQA community. I appreciate the movie for kind of poking fun at certain elements of being gay and being a gay. And all, like I said, I'm not part of the gay community or the bisexual community, but I appreciate them kind of like taking the piss out of them and kind of poking fun at it a little bit and not being so serious. So I appreciate that. But to me, I get a movie a 5 out of 10. To me, the romance was very cliche. There was nothing groundbreaking in this movie. To me, it's a basic bitch rom-com. I mean, I don't understand, what the directors or producers were expecting, because in this age of Netflix, this wasn't groundbreaking because there's already gay teenage shows, gay rom-coms on Netflix. So I don't understand how this was supposed to be so revolutionary or what people were really expecting from this movie. To me, it's a low budget, looked like it cost about $40-50 million to make, maybe. Indie film rom-com. I don't understand how on both sides of the spectrum, because apparently the guy who wrote it has come out and said, because it debuted number 5, I don't know what he was expecting. Okay, first of all, he's calling people homophobic. Look, there are people that's not going to watch this movie because, let's just face it, homophobia and racism and sexism exists. That's true. But the movie is not that good, y'all. The movie is just mediocre. So I'm like, you made a mediocre ass movie. Of course it was going to debut at number 5. I'm like, who is expecting this to debut like number 1 and number 2? Like, who is out there going, man, I really need to go see Bros? Nobody. I mean, even the gay people I knew wasn't really like checking for this movie. Like, so I don't know. I just find it very strange and very odd that somehow straight people and gay people thought this movie was going to be what? The War and Peace, the love story of the Dr. Zhivago of gay movies. Honey, it's not that girl. It's not that girl. Bros is not that girl. Okay, it's just not. It's not that serious. It's just not. I mean, it's really, really not. So I'm sorry to the producers, and the writers. Their job is to hype up the movie. Of course, they're trying to get people to go see it. They're trying to get paid. But any critics out there, straight, gay, or otherwise, who thought Bros was going to be some breakthrough revolutionary movie. And there's me. Let me wave to y'all. Hi. Who thought Bros was going to be some revolutionary movie? Y'all need to get off that weed. Because it's not that it. It's not that the story is not that deep. The character development is not that deep. People were criticizing Billy Eichner that he wanted to act in his own movie. I didn't have any issues with that. If the man wanted to write it, I mean, yeah, it'd been better if they would have had a different lead actor. That's valid. I mean, he's not really a strong actor, but I didn't really notice. It wasn't that noticeable to us. The guy that played his love interest was fantastic. His name is Luke McFarlane. I had to look him up because I've seen him before, maybe as bit pieces. He was fabulous. He's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous man. Like, Luke McFarlane can get it. Like, he's a good looking, and I think he's gay in real life. I don't know if he's gay or not, but he's a good looking man. And he was charming, and they brought up some really good issues in the movie about him being with somebody and him asking him to kind of like tone it down and not be so gay. And, and I'm sure Billy Eichner went through that in his real life because he's really out loud and proud and gay. And in some of the scenes, I totally identified with when you're with somebody and you're trying to meet their family. I've had people tell like, okay, Keisha, tone it down. Do we have to bring up white supremacy all the time? Do we have to bring up, systematic oppressions? Do we have to bring up, homophobia and racism? Because that's my nature, is to be like, but that's who I am. But again, you have to have some decorum about yourself and read the room and understand that when you're meeting other people, that the things that you are passionate about in your personality, maybe grating to other people. So you have to learn how to respect other people's boundaries. And I think with Luke, the love interest, I think he had a good point that, he was a little bit too in your face with his brother and his parents. It was just over the top. So I agree that he pressed the boundary on purpose too. And he said that he did it on purpose. But, that's just the way he deals with his oppression and his pain. By acting out, cutting up, just doing the most. He told him sometimes you don't have to do the most. You can just learn, how to reel it in a little bit. So I agree with that message. So yeah, like it was okay. I give it a 5. Now we're gonna talk about the Hollywood machine. Like the same thing with Don't Worry, Darling. If you haven't heard about that movie, it's like the number two movie right now. Yeah, number 3 is Woman King. Number 1 is Smile. When I look at the reviews online, I've only seen, I don't subscribe to a lot of reviewers. I've said this before. I've only seen one reviewer talk about Smile. Smile looks like a really scary ass, hell ass movie that I definitely don't want to see because I'm not into ghosts and demons and shit like that. I'm into I don't mind Jason Voorhees and Mike Myers and, Freddy Krueger. I'm cool. But stuff with like ghosts and creepy shit like that, no, I'm not going to see Smile. So I may wait till it come on on demand so I can watch it from the safe confines of my bedroom in the middle of the day with all the curtains open and the sun beaming down and somebody with me. Maybe. I'm that much of a chicken. Here we go again, passing this lovely Halloween scene here. I wish I would have decorated my house like this. Jeez. Just put so much effort. Just so much effort. Just, God, that takes a lot of effort that I don't have. But anyway, it's Halloween. Yes, people around here decorating, y'all. Halloween coming up. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Smile is the number 1 movie. I've rarely seen anyone talk about this movie. The reviewers that I subscribe to, I think one of them did. Most everybody's like, well, Bros debuted at number 5, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so we're not going to talk about the number 1 movie? We're not going to review, the media and Hollywood. I wouldn't say Hollywood. I would say Hollywood social media and Hollywood reporting is just weird. Like if the movie debuted number 5, like I was saying on Grace, beyond the trailer, her YouTube channel, check it out, Grace Randolph. I'm like, why are you even talking about this? If this movie debuted number 5, why are we talking about it? Same thing about Dan Murrell. He was like, oh my God, Bros fly, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so y'all were expecting this movie to be like number 1? Did y'all watch the movie? They saw the movie. This movie don't deserve to be number 1 at the box office. It's a mediocre rom-com. There are so many mediocre rom-coms that come out on Netflix. The hell, they coming out next week. Everybody got a mediocre rom-com. There's one coming out with Zoe Saldana about her in Italy somewhere. Again, another mediocre rom-com. And these are just straight folks. And I don't care about that either. Nobody cares. But yes, there's a market for that. But most people who watch rom-coms are straight women. So if you make a gay one, you at least better make it damn interesting. But the fact that Hollywood talks about, like, Don't Worry, Darling. People were all over that movie because, you haven't read online. There was controversy. Certain things happened behind the scenes with the director. So when it debuted number 1 and didn't make as much money, people were like, oh my God. Look, honey, the only reason that movie even made that much money is because there were controversy. People wanted to see what it was all about. From what I heard, I haven't seen that one. No desire to see it. Not my kind of movie. But from what I've heard, it's derivative. It's not really that interesting. It was pretty much the damn Stepford Wives. Spoiler alert. That it was pretty much Stepford Wives. So, with just a modern twist on it. Sorry, y'all. If you haven't seen it, you want to see a spoiler alert. So again, I didn't understand why people were making a big deal about that movie. I said, did y'all really think Don't Worry, Darling was going to be like some Oscar-winning... Who was hyping up these movies? This is another example of Hollywood believing its own shit and putting it out there, for on social media and for people to see. Who is hyping these movies and why? Like, that's the question you need to ask. Why would Don't Worry Darling be hyped? For what? It's a mediocre movie. There was nothing groundbreaking there because the director was a woman, or was it because of the behind the scenes stuff? Just because shit is going on behind the scenes don't mean it's gonna be a good movie or a bad movie. It's an aight movie. It's aight. That's about it. It's aight. So again, bros, why are people talking about this? Oh, it debuted #5. Okay, so that doesn't say anything one way or another. Debut #5 because it's a niche market, and #2, it wasn't a really good movie. I could see if it was like a really, really, really good movie and a really, really, really good love story, and it was shot well, the in-depth character. Then I'd be like, damn, these homophobic bastards. But honey, bros not that. It's not. So why people are freaking out? Either way, I couldn't tell you, people. Another example of a Hollywood media train hyping up things on social media because there's a lot of buzz on social media. Well, people were talking about this movie and it was on social media and it was trending when the idea came out. Again, I've said before, social media is not real life. Who cares? The same thing with She-Hulk. Well, it was trending on Twitter. Who cares? The ratings came out low. Low. People are shocked. Oh my God, the ratings came out and it's like #8. Yeah, that's where it should be. It's not that, it's not that innovative. So, and then I found out that with She-Hulk, the people who wrote it are the Rick and Morty people. And I think they wrote some other stuff too. I think they had a hand in Loki. Please stop the Rick and Morty people. Rick and Morty is not that great. I'm here to tell y'all, it's a very niche audience. Rick and Morty is not there. I watched it and was like, okay. It's a buzzword-worthy show. I don't think Rick and Morty even get that high of reviews. It's a show that everybody talks about and people say they watch, but then they really don't watch. I'm finna tell y'all that right now. People say they watch this show and they wear t-shirts to be cool, but then people have seen like 4 episodes. It's a buzzworthy. People see memes online. People quote catchphrases, and people think the cool kids watch it, so they're like, oh yeah, I watch it. And then they don't really watch it. I can't say anything about it. I've only seen, like I said, a few episodes. It wasn't that great to me. How these people getting work and writing for She-Hulk and writing show, obviously they suck. They're not good writers. I'm not trying to drag these people. I don't know these people. But the writing on She-Hulk is awful. Oh, the people from Rick and Morty did it. Okay, well, that would explain it. I didn't know that. I'm like, okay, that explains some things. Because it's not that great, y'all. It's not. It's just not. So, it's not that great. It's not that good. There's a other lake over there. Look at that. Hey, on the lake, hey. See these kids out here waiting for the bus. But yeah, Rick and Morty is not that great. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to hurt y'all feelings, but it's not that great. I'm just tired of these same tired writers who write maybe one good thing, 1 or 2 good shows, or something that just really catches on, and then next thing you know, they're writing for everybody and everywhere. Without being proven, without being tested that they can do something other than just that one show. And She-Hulk proves it that it has nothing to do with the gender of the writers. The writing is made for a quick 30, 35-minute show. Maybe the writers, that's all they have experience with. Rick and Morty is not very long. It's different writing for an animated show than a live action show with different content. Again, I understand that success brings opportunity, but then sometimes people can't deliver. Let's go down here to the lake, y'all. The other lake. The pond, I should say. It's not a lake, it's a pond. This is no swimming. Don't try to get your ass in there. But, yeah. So I just get tired of Hollywood anointing these movies based on what is trending online. I guess that's my gripe. The Woman King is number 3. It held strong this week. But again, like I said, Smile. People like horror movies. Horror movies don't get enough interest and play like other movies do. Like Dahmer is number 1 on Netflix. I'm going to get around to watching that limited series. And people said it was gruesome. Some people said they couldn't finish watching it. I love serial killer shit, so I'm going to watch it. But somebody is watching it. I didn't see a lot of people covering it, a lot of people talking about Dahmer. They may have been like, oh, it was like one of the largest debuts in history. And then when I go online, look at reviewers, I'm just like, so y'all not covering one of the largest y'all covered Stranger Things because that trends and that's pop culture and that's cool and it's kitschy. They barely covered Sandman, even though Sandman did really, really well. But Ryan Murphy, who's done many different things. I love Ryan Murphy. Who cranks out hit show after hit show after hit show. Dahmer apparently is good. Somebody's watching it. So because it's not trending that high and people have been talking about it, but I just don't see a lot of people breaking it down or reviewing. I saw more reviews and more breakdown about Bros than I did about Dahmer. I've seen none about Smile. I've seen barely any about Smile. I'm just like, that's the number 1 movie. We're not talking about how this is not a movie that probably costs a lot of money. And it's number 1. Nobody's talking about that. But we're going to talk about how we're going to have like 10 channels talking about Bros debut to number 5. Why? And let me tell you something else. I'm finna get political for a second. How we know we've made it as a marginalized people. When I say marginalized people, I mean gays, minorities, women. How we know we've made it is when it's okay for us to be mediocre. Like I said before, there are a lot of mediocre ass movies that debut at number 8, number 9. They go straight to video that barely even make the top 10. And then they find success on video on demand. There's a lot of that. And this Bros, that may be the future for it. There's a lot of mediocre shit out there, okay? I mean, lots. There's a lot of mediocre. There's a lot of mediocre, straight rom-coms out there. Like I said, they're all over Netflix. You can go find a whole list of them that ain't did shit, okay? Even on Netflix. They didn't never debut number 1 on Netflix. They just there. And people still spend money and crank out these damn movies. And pay these actors. And I ain't mad at them. But for me, I know that we've made it as a society and as a minority when it's okay for us to be mediocre. What do I mean by that? It just seems like if you're gay and you come out with a gay movie, the gay movie had to be number 1. It has to be on top. It has to be. My thing's going off. Sorry, y'all. It has to be like the best gay movie gay people ever gayed out in the history of gaydom. It's like, why you come out with a movie when the cast is predominantly black and the director is black and the person who wrote it, mostly African American teen. It has to be this overly success in order for Hollywood to find value in it. If you come out with Crazy Rich Asians, the Crazy Rich Asians was a good movie. It was funny. I enjoyed it. It hit hard. It was like number 1 for a while. Everybody loved Crazy Rich Asians. It was a big success. But I'm like, if it wasn't a big success, then the narrative gets to be, is Hollywood ready for an all Asian movie? Is Hollywood Bros? Is Hollywood ready for an all gay movie? Is it because audiences are homophobic? Are we ready for a gay movie? Honey, there's gay movies and gay TV shows with gay people in it that's been going on for years now. This is not 20, 30 years ago, okay? So I want it to be okay to bring out a gay TV show and a gay movie and it just be okay. And it just be anti. And that's fine. And then people will still make it. But it's like, if you're a Latino, you come out with an all Latino movie and a Latino content, then this movie has to be like the best movie ever, or another one is not going to get made. They cranking out mediocre ass white films, straight white films all day. They bomb. They go straight to video on demand. Like I said, they on Netflix, they on Hulu, TV shows, movie. If it don't do that well, audiences don't pick it up. No one's like, oh my God, is this this period movie with nothing but white people in it. Are they gonna make another 18th century period movie again? No one says that. It's just like, okay, it bombed. The writing wasn't good. The actors may have not been good. Whatever reason it may be. Budget may have been low. It's okay. You come out with a TV show with nothing but women and women themes and women writers. It has to. She-Hulk has to be this tour de force of femininity and womanhood. It has to be on top of the charts in order for people to take it seriously. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Why can't shit just be okay? That's what I'm talking about. When I talk about true freedom and equality, not, I'm talking about, yes, about freedom of speech issues and economics, but I'm also talking about the freedom to be bad, the freedom to be criticized, the freedom to just be like, no, that movie wasn't good. Yeah, that movie's all right. But then somebody else can come out and make a movie that it doesn't damn a whole community because your movie sucked. Or it doesn't mean that we're not going to make any more gay movies because this one damn gay movie that was okay sucked. I mean, I'm being glib, but you know what I mean. Look, you can make a movie about black people and it can suck. And it's okay because there's another one that's going to get made. Someone's going to do something else. Somebody's going to come out with something different. And it's a different theme, or maybe the same rom-com. Maybe someone comes up with a better lesbian rom-com. Who knows? But the idea that one person does something and then it has to be a success, or they're not going to take a risk on it, when there's a bunch of movies that people take risk on all the time that just suck. And sometimes they just keep remaking the same movie over and over again. And it still suck. How many times have we seen people do Hangover ripoffs? And they sucked. They did Bridesmaids. That was a success. And then people started to copy it in various degrees of success. Okay. But it's like, if it has any marginalized community, and it has to be successful in order for people to take it seriously. It has to be successful in order for people to make another movie about it. It has to be it just has to be the best thing ever in order for other people and other groups to go watch it. Why? Like I said, freedom to me is the freedom to be mediocre like the rest of these cisgender ass white people is. They make mediocre movies that ain't great. I told people talk about black excellence. How about black mediocrity? Is it okay for us to just be all right? I'm not really particularly good at this. I'm not really particularly good at that. I'm just okay. And like I said, this applies to our everyday lives and not just media and entertainment. It's like you have to be the exceptional gay, the exceptional Negro, the exceptional Asian, the exceptional Latino for people to take you seriously. I want for us to just be mediocre as fuck. But people still to take us seriously and us not damn a whole community. I want to come out with some, bad soul food cooking, and for everybody to be like, I'm not never eating soul food over ever again because this bitch done burnt the cornbread and the greens taste like ass. So what? Maybe my cornbread is burnt and maybe it tastes like ass, but that ain't every black person making soul food. So what? I didn't season the chicken right, bitch. Eat it anyway. It doesn't mean like, oh my God, well, black people can't cook fried chicken. Huh? I don't need me to speak for all of blackdom. like we all just out here like I'm representing a whole damn race. I don't need the same thing for gay people. I don't consider Bros a movie representing all of homosexual filmdom. Well, this movie sucks, so that means it's just straight up any gay movie to come out from now on is just trash. Like, come on now. It's okay. I want for people to just be mediocre as straight people. Straight people got some mediocre ass films out there. Like, I'm straight and I'm telling you this. There's some straight up trash, mediocre ass films. So I want gay people to come out with trash, mediocre ass films. And it'd be okay. And it not hinder somebody else from making another film that may be great. Or maybe mediocre. Who knows? But I don't want us to be seen as, well, we took a risk and it didn't work. It didn't work for that film and that person. It don't mean you got to put everybody and everything in that category. Just because it didn't work out this time, it don't mean that you got to stop. It don't mean that there's not a market for it. Well, there must not be a market for it because nobody, people at debut number 5. Oh my God, there's not, people don't want to see gay movies. I've heard that narrative too. I'm like, yeah, we do. Straight people do. We do. We just want to see a good gay movie. So, you know, I just, again, I just want a freedom for us to be great. Like I said, us, I'm not gay, but freedom for marginalized communities to be great, and then freedom for marginalized communities to suck, and then freedom for marginalized communities to soar. Because you're gonna have people in all that fits in all different streams. Not everybody is, not everybody is gonna be in the annal halls of LGBTQA infamy or you're a trailblazer. Some of us are just walking the trail. Other people are blazing it. Some of us are just walking, like this pavement. Some of us are just walking. Miss Kiki is just walking. I mean, I'm not a mediocre person, but I'm driven that way. But, I don't expect my kids to be as driven as me. I would like for them to be. But I want them to free to be who they are. And sometimes being who you are, you just doing you. I just want to do me. I just want to be me. I want to live a quiet life. I don't want to be an activist. I don't want to be in these streets, mama. I don't want to overachieve. That's your thing, not mine. I'm fine with that. I mean, I would want different, but I'm fine with that. If that's what, as long as they happy in their lives, I'm fine with that. So I just need people just to back off, take a breath, and realize that this shouldn't be off-putting to anybody and make people think twice that everybody's a homophobic and there's no market for gay comedies and people shouldn't be making these kind of movies. Yeah, there's going to be people who think that just because they are. But, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. It's not activism, it's entertainment. And when it comes to entertainment, you have to let the market decide. So, either people are going to watch it or they're not. So, you may think, I think that the writer thought maybe that he was making the love story version for gay men. I think maybe he may have thought that. But no, honey, it's not that. It's just not that. Maybe he thought that and he's disappointed. He has a right to be disappointed. If he put his heart and his soul and his effort into this, if he want to go off on Twitter, I don't know what he said, but he has a right to be angry. Now, it's a little bit misguided if he's blaming just straight people, but he's been in Hollywood long enough to know it is what it is. Not like he's a newbie. So he's in Hollywood to know that not going crazy on Twitter is not helping anything. And he's been in the business long enough, and I'm sure business savvy enough to know that it is what it is being, a gay person in Hollywood. I think a lot of his things that I've read just seem very entitled. Just seem very, or what people call white gay entitlement. That's actually a thing. Someone told me, I read about that the other day, and someone said that, like, it gets to the point where gay men get older, like especially white ones, and they feel like they want what straight men have. So it's called like gay white man entitlement. I learned something new. So I didn't know that was a thing, y'all. So look it up. That's a thing. And so it's apparently with gays, they get envious of straight guys as they get older. So I guess they want the marriage and the family and the kids, or, sometimes it's career. Sometimes it's not family. Sometimes it's career, the success, that they get jealous that other people have success that they don't have. And so they may act out, become bitter, or whatever. So I didn't know that was a thing. So y'all looked it up. I learn new things every day. But that's my review. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? Are you planning to see this movie? Are you just going to wait till it come on video on demand like a lot of people probably are? Is it okay to be gay or black or Latino or a woman and be mediocre? Like I'm saying, that's true freedom. That when we are okay to fail, that we all don't have to come out with excellent stuff over and over again in order for Hollywood or our jobs, our careers. This applies to everything else, to take us seriously. That it's just okay to be black and be mediocre. It's okay to be gay and just be mediocre. So I don't know. Just tell me what you think. And thanks for listening for the people who did pop in. And I'm going to go to my job now and work. So bye, y'all. Have a good day.